Hello YouTube. My original idea for this video was another meme-riddled fever dream showing myself reaching dual level max with my magnets deck. Unfortunately, dual level max was not going to be what the future held in my cards this time around. However, I came away learning quite a lot about my favorite archetype, and I want to share these experiences and discoveries with you. Doing so, I hope that you will learn more about this amazing archetype, and hopefully I will manage to convert some of you to the ways of these lovely lodestones. Before I do that though, if you enjoyed this type of content, have a go at the like and subscribe buttons below. I'm still experimenting with various forms of content, and your support will not only help me grow this channel, but also teach me about which forms of my content you enjoy watching the most, so that I can make better videos in the future. Moving on to the deck list. The deck list was the same for all of my matches that I'm going to be showing you today. And in case you want to skip to any specific match, the timestamps are down in the description. Generally speaking, this deck isn't focused on beating your opponent with any specific monster. Rather, this deck was built to provide utility and recursion to help disassemble your opponent's board, interrupt, and gain advantage to beat them down with your bag of rocks. This includes providing access to fusion, synchro, Xyz, and link monsters that can be used in tandem with your sack of stones to help with the disassembling process and bludgeoning your opponent into submission, which I will be covering as I go through the deck list. That said, after experiencing the cancer that is Floo during the Duelist Cup, I decided to streamline this deck a little bit and invest in a couple of Lancias as well as a second Droplet. If you want to see the updated version of the deck, I will be showing the new list at the end of the video. Now, onto the pre-existing list that I used on my way up to Duel level 19 in the Duelist Cup.
Are you ready, kids?
So I put together 5 replays that I thought would be worth rewatching from the Duelist Cup on my way up to Duelist level 19. The first one is going to be against Timelord, second one is against Virtual World, third one is against Floo, fourth one is against Floo, and fifth one is the type basic sort of meta munching pumpkin spice latte scrub lord bullshit you're used to with, you know, Halqadon, Borload, adventure token, the good stuff. Let's start with Time Lords. The reason why I want to show this replay specifically is because I had an interaction with Magnetic Field that I haven't had before. In general, Magnetic Field is a great utility spell used for Magnet Warriors, and not only does it provide recursion, but it can also be used to avoid effects that are activated at the end of the battle phase. And while not visible in this video, Magnetic Field can also be used offensively, so you can also battle your opponent's monster with a Rock Earth type monster to send them back to the hand. Here I normal summon Delta to try to mill a Magnet Warrior into the graveyard so I can later summon it with Magnetic Field. That doesn't work out because Delta gets ashed. Now I'm activating Maxx because I don't know exactly what my opponent is going to do, so I want to make sure I can prevent any special summons or maybe get some extra cards. My opponent attacks my Delta with his Timelord. Timelord gets sent back to the hand, which means his effect does not get to activate, and I'm sitting on a Delta and a Magnetic Field and 1600 damage that's about to get sent to his face. Now I decide to normal summon Epsilon, which gets Solemn Judgmented by my opponent, meaning that the summon never happened, neither does the effect activate. Now I'm going to special summon Epsilon from the grave using Magnetic Field, mill a Gamma into the grave, then Xyz summon using Epsilon and Delta into Gallant Granite so I can grab a rock monster from my deck to my hand. I don't remember which rock monster I was trying to grab because my opponent decided to ash my Gallant Granite, but it doesn't really matter at this point because I know my opponent is running Time Lords, and Time Lords only do one thing. So I just go in for the 2300 damage and wait for my opponent to see what their next move is going to be. And one good thing to remember is that Magnetic Field's effect to bounce cards back into your opponent's hand is only relevant if is relevant regardless of your monster, as long as they're Rock and Earth. And my opponent didn't realize this and decided to attack into my Gallant Granite, getting their next Time Lord sent back into their hand, making them cry and surrender. Next is against Virtual World. I wanted to showcase, I wanted to have a match where I can showcase Epsilon's abilities. Also, this match shows off one of my favorite combos in the deck with the Magnet's Tribute effect, along with Nibiru, and I was even able to show how you can actually chain block using your Magnet's Tributing effect as well. Here I use Foolish Burial, send Gamma into the grave. I'm going to normal summon Epsilon to mill another Magnet Warrior into the grave. I'm going to use Activate Epsilon's effect to special summon Gamma from the grave back onto the field. Activate Gamma's effect, special summon Beta onto the field, use Beta's effect to grab an Alpha from the deck. Now I'm going to link off my Epsilon and my Gamma to go into an IP, I believe. Yes. Now I special summon IP, meaning I'm going to get ready for my opponent's turn to see whatever they might be doing. Now I'm going to tribute off during my opponent's turn. The Beta, special summon another Epsilon, use Epsilon's effect to mill another Magnet Warrior into the graveyard, then use Epsilon's effect to special summon Gamma again. Going to activate Gamma to special summon Alpha this time, and with Alpha I'm going to be able to search for my Berserkion. Now, let's see what my opponent does. Activates a Virtual World card. Virtual World, all I really know is that they special summon a lot and go into VFD, but now that VFD is banned, we don't have to care about that shit anymore. Haha. Anyway, so I tribute off a Magnet Warrior, go into Delta. Delta mills a card. I don't know what that Virtual World card does exactly, so I'm just going to go into Nightmare Unicorn, send that card back into the deck by sending my Sentry Soldier into the grave. Activate Pot of Desires, grab 2 more cards, more Virtual World shenanigans. Honestly, I'm not really too familiar with the combos. I don't play Virtual World. However, they are a synchro heavy deck, or they do synchro summon quite a bit, so I am ready with my Maxx. And for some reason, they continue to take the Maxx challenge. Let's see. Oh yes, I'm just waiting for my chance right now to special summon Nibiru. Oh yes, so here we go. My favorite combo, or one of my favorite combos in this deck, if not my favorite combo. Nibiru's option to activate popped up on my screen. The thing is, Electromagnets, you can activate their effect anytime during your opponent's turn, as it is a quick effect. And here, because I get the opportunity to summon Nibiru, first I activate Alpha to tribute Alpha off of the field. And of course, because of this thing, Alpha gets banished, but that's kind of irrelevant at this point, because what's going to happen is I'm going to chain Nibiru, I'm going to clear the field. Goodbye. Summon Nibiru, get them their token, I don't care. Activate Alpha's effect, special summon Delta from the deck, give myself an extra body on the field, and then the Delta that was sent to the grave activates its effect, sending 3 Magnet Warriors from the grave into the banished zone to special summon Valkyrion directly from the deck onto the field. Now I have 2 extra bodies right after Nibiruing my opponent. This shit is amazing. I love this combo so much because you get advantage during your opponent's turn after Nibiruing the field. It's amazing. I love it. My opponent does Virtual World shenanigans, Xyz summons into a Phoenix. They try to do things. I guess they banish a Magnet Warrior from my grave and Valkyrion. Unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. We still have Nibiru on the field. Now it's our turn again, because our opponent decided that it's a really great idea to play the Maxx challenge. We have a shit ton of recursion in our hand, as well as Block Dragon for searching. I'm going to activate Maxx because I'm actually not too familiar with the Virtual World, and due to this, I'm not sure when they can special summon. They can special summon during my own turn. Maybe it's just PTSD from Floo, I don't know. But I'm going to activate Nemeses Keystone, send Valkyrion back into the deck. Then I'm going to activate Sentry Soldier of Stone, since I only have rock monsters, special summon down into the field. Then I activate Magnetic Field. My opponent gets scared of Magnetic Field. They decide to send 2 monsters or 2 Virtual World cards from the banished zone back into the deck in order to destroy Magnetic Field. Goodbye. But that's okay, we still have our normal summon. Gonna normal summon an Alpha onto the field, then we're gonna grab the same Valkyrion that we sent back into the deck, put him in our hand, and we're gonna activate Magnetic Induction, which is going to allow us to special summon Delta from the deck onto the field. Then we're gonna activate Delta, mill another Alpha into the grave. I always like to have extras in the grave, because I never know when my opponent might want to banish one of my Magnet Warriors, and it's always good to have an extra, just so I can special summon Berserkion at any point during my turn. I'm going to activate Soul of Silvermountain to try to deactivate their set card. Of course, they don't really have any options at this point. They have to activate it. So they're going to negate my Soul of Silvermountain. I don't really care. I'm going to link them off. I'm going to go into Verta Anaconda because with Valkyrion and Berserkion in my hand, I can actually go into Imperion. But before I do that, I want to get rid of their cards to clear the field, and so I can actually go into the KO. Before I do that, of course, going to be activating. In order to do that, I'm going to be activating Berserkion's effect to banish a bunch of my Magnet Warriors from the grave in order to be able to pop all of their cards. And now I would be actually planning on going into Imperion. Before I do that, though, they activate a virtual world monster in the grave. I'm going to activate Ash it. They have no cards anymore. I have all the advantage. I want to go into Imperion to go for the style points. But no respect. No respect. Shitty virtual world player. Just poor sportsmanship. Alright. Next one is Floo. Floo. So with Floo, I wanted to show this match. Let's just get into it now. So the reason I wanted to show this match against Floo, not only is it because I beat Floo, and beating Floo is just great within itself because I hate Floo so much, so I take a lot of pride in just making Floo players cry. Let's see. I think we can just leave it at the normal pace for now, but I'm going to normal summon Gamma. I'm going to use Gamma's effect. Oh wait, never mind. They impermed my Gamma. I think, yeah, I'll just kind of describe what's happening now, and then during their turn while they're doing the Floo bullshit, I'll talk a bit more about why I wanted to do this. However, before I do that, I'm going to show you that you can. Okay, so I attributed Gamma, special summoned Epsilon. I'm going to mill a card. That effect is not negatable unless they have like a Solemn Judgment that can negate the activation or the summon of a card. Then I'm going to try to activate Gamma to special summon another Magnet Warrior from my hand, and they try to imperm my Gamma. However, because it is their turn, I can actually just tribute Gamma off of the field, avoiding the imperm, special summon a Delta from the deck onto the field through Gamma, and then with Gamma's first effect, I can special summon Beta onto the field from my hand. Then I activate Beta first, and then I activate Delta in order to chain block in case of whatever, I don't know. Delta is going to mill a card into the grave, and then Beta is going to draw my Alpha from my deck into my hand. They activate Pot of Duality. Pot of Duality gives me PTSD as well, because I feel like every time I saw Pot of Duality, I could just expect Floo to be on the other end of the field. Pot of Prosperity, also getting, I think, limited or semi-limited. Can't wait. I love the changes that they've implemented, or the new ban list. It's beautiful. I love it. Of course, whatever that stupid card is that prevents special summoning is still in, and you're gonna see it pretty soon. But yeah. Anyways, Floo shenanigans, and so what I was saying earlier about this deck is why I wanted to show this. Why I wanted to show this match specifically was because I thought this match showed the strength of the ability that Alpha, Beta, and Gamma have that allows them to tribute themselves really well, and in my opinion, it cannot be understated. That said, this match was also a learning experience for myself, as I tend to become impatient when facing off against toxic decks like Floo, and it took me a few turns to realize that I had to play more defensively in order to be able to actually get over the issue that is Floo. Fucking foul play. Sue me, I know. But yeah, in short, I had to become more patient, and I feel like this match was sort of the moment where in my head I finally realized that I had to play slower in order to be able to actually get through this torture and learn how a strong defense can actually be a very strong offense. Now, they summoned Barrier Statue. That's the card I was talking about, and I forgot the name of. I hate it so much. But anyways, so now my mission is get rid of Barrier Statue as fast as possible. I do not want that shit around. I need to be able to actually play the game, because, right, who would want to be able to have fun, right? So that's my mission number one right now. And then it's going to be trying to get rid of N-Pen. They get Ryza into their hand, which means they're going to be trying to send monsters or cards back into my deck, which is unfortunate. However, I haven't used my normal summon yet. So they're going to activate Ryza, they're going to send my 2 Magnet Warriors here back into the deck, but for me, at the moment, it's okay. And fortunately, M-Pen only prevents the activation of special summon monsters in attack position. So I'm just going to kind of fast forward through this a little bit, because it's really fucking boring, and it's just making my blood boil thinking about playing against Floo again. So I'm going to normal summon Alpha, they activate their field spell, whatever it does. I fucking just hate the deck in general, so I don't feel that they deserve the respect of learning how to play against them specifically based on their cards, but whatever. I go into Verite Anaconda because I have the potential of being able to go into Imperion as long as I can get rid of M-Pen first. They're going to try to Ash my Block Dragon, but I'm going to activate my Called By, get rid of their stupid Ash. I'm going to grab a Nemesis Keystone, a Gamma, and an Epsilon. I don't remember exactly what my plan was with this, but I would be able to special summon a lot more times with those 2 cards. However, I'm going to activate Nemesis Keystone, send a monster from the banished zone into my deck, then I'm going to go into Nightmare Unicorn so I can have a little bit more attack. Then I'm also going to use the extra Earth monsters in my graveyard in order to be able to special summon my Block Dragon in defense position. At this point, I'm still a little bit aggravated and just thinking about how can I beat over the M-Pen in order to be able to start using my special summoned monsters effects again. They're doing Flow shit, or Pot of Prosperity, whatever. It's basically Flow at this point. Flow shenanigans. Fucking cancer. Alright, whatever. Toucan Sam. Battle. I don't know what the fuck that was about, but they did it. Then M-Pen goes and destroys my Berserkion, which is awesome for me because that means I get to special summon my 3 Magnet Warriors from my banished zone back onto the field, and since I'm special summoning them in defense position, that means I get to activate their effect. So I'm going to first activate Alpha and then chain Beta so that they can't negate my Alpha, and then I'm going to use Alphas to grab Berserkion, use Beta to grab another Alpha in case of whatever. I'm going to tribute off my Gamma to go into a Delta so I can mill another card into my graveyard. With this deck, it's very important to get as many Magnet Warriors into your graveyard as possible so you can pop with your Berserkion as many times as humanly possible. They do more bullshit. Fuck all of these cards. Then I'm going to go into my Epsilon. I believe Epsilon's effect is about to activate. They just have to take all of the turn. However, I'm going to mill an Alpha, and then I'm going to use Epsilon to actually special summon Berserkion from the grave, since Berserkion was actually summoned by his own effect first. Then I'm going to tribute off my Alpha and just grab another Epsilon so I can get another body onto the field, another Magnet Warrior into the grave, and basically more opportunities for myself to be able to gain advantage and get rid of that M-Pen as fast as humanly possible. I'm going to go into IP so I can use Block Dragon's effect to draw into more cards. This time I go into Valkyrion, and then I'm going to use Nemesis Keystone to send the other Valkyrion into the deck from the banished zone so I can summon Nemesis and then special summon Nemesis, normal summon Alpha, grab the Valkyrion that I sent into the deck back into my hand, then I'm going to special summon them, or link them off into a Access Code Talker so I can have more bodies on the field and also be able to use his pop effect as soon as I can get M-Pen off of the field. Now that M-Pen is gone, it is field day for me. Fuck you, you stupid Floo player. I don't care who you are. I hope you are crying after this match. Yes, I am salty, I know, but fuck you. And there we go. And okay, this is also a Floo match. Let's see here. The fourth replay was with Naturia Beast. And using a few of my Xyz monsters here. Naturia Beast on its own can win matches. It's an amazing card. It's fucking disgusting, but again, in a meta where so many spell cards are used in decks like Adventure Token and Floo, it's a very satisfying feeling when your opponent can't fuck with you. So I don't feel bad about using Naturia Beast. Also, the attack and defense stats aren't so high that it's impossible for your opponent to actually attack over it. So I think it's a lot more fair than a lot of other sort of like floodgate type cards. Here I'm going to normal summon my alpha. Sorry, I was trying to, yeah, I had normal summoned, it got negated with Imperm. Then I'm going to special summon. I special summoned the Researcher. I used Researcher's effect to excavate, and I found a Gamma. I used Gamma to special summon Alpha. Then I used Alpha to grab another. Or sorry, I special summoned Beta, and then used Beta to find another Alpha, so I can look for another. So I can look for Berserkion on my next turn. I go into Naturia Beast to prevent my opponent from being able to use spell cards on their turn. And then I also just keep these two on the field, so I have the extra attack, and also I'll be able to I can Xyz summon into Gorgonic Guardian at the end of my turn, so now it can also negate one of their monster effects on the other side of the field. Then my opponent starts with Crossout Designator. I don't exactly understand how it can't be negated by Naturia Beast, however I believe it has to do with spell speeds. Let's see. Normal summon Alpha, grab the Berserkion from the deck, activate Magnetic Field, they activate this thing, this summon Toucan Sam. Then because they summon the monster, I can actually use Gorgonic Guardian to negate that monster's effect and turn their attack to 0. However, it is still my turn, surprisingly. Then I use Magnetic Field to grab my other Alpha to special summon it, go into Soul of Silvermountain, deactivate their back row. Attack with my Soul of Silvermountain, activate Soul of Silvermountain to special summon Alpha back onto the field, and then go in for the KO with my Naturia Beast. It's a pretty simple match, but yeah, fuck Floo. Stupid birds. Bird-brained players. And yes, the last match, the Adventure Pumpkin Spice Latte with the basic meta-munching Scrublord tactics, as I was talking about a little bit earlier. Regardless of what people might say, Dark Ruler No More is not useless and should still be considered during a meta where monster-based interruptions are so common, whether that is, negations or popping the field like with DPE. Here I normal summon Gamma to try to special summon, or actually I normal summon Gamma, however my opponent decided to imperm the Gamma even though I didn't have any other magnetic warriors in my hand to special summon with, so Gamma's effect never actually activated. They just impermed my Gamma without me actually activating its effect, but then I had Magnetic Induction in my hand to special summon Alpha from the deck onto the field and to be able to grab Berserkion from my deck into my hand. Now it's my opponent's turn, and I'm going to be tributing off my Magnetic Warriors in order to be able to special summon a Delta and an Epsilon. And the reason I'm going to be doing this is because I want to be able to chain block my ability to special summon Epsilon. And then I'm going to activate both of their effects. Epsilon's goes first, then Delta. Delta's gonna, they both mill a card, and then Epsilon is going to actually be able to grab the card that I milled with my Delta to special summon Alpha onto the field, which means I can actually go into grab a Valkyrion from the deck now, because I really want to get into Imperion at any point, or as soon as possible. It is an awesome boss monster, and I just love having him on the field in general. My opponent is doing the adventure token stuff. Haha, so fun. Griffin, oh boy. Oh yeah, Nyingxing. Yeah, I don't know. At first I thought this was maybe like Adventure Yangzing or whatever, but then, then the Halqadon and the Auroradon comes out, and then it's like, is this, it's just a fucking scrub deck. Just, yeah, whatever. Flamvell Guard, Halq. Surprise, surprise, I wonder what's coming next. Oh wow, Jet Synchron, who would have guessed? Oh wow, Predaplant Verte, I wonder what this deck is going to do with Predaplant Verte, Oh wow, Auroradon, surprise. Oh, tokens? More tokens? Don't have enough tokens? Ooh, special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast, I wonder which one it could be. Oh wow, never expected that card. Ooh, Yangzing, okay, well, maybe they do have more Yangzing, I don't know. Oh wait, another token? Oh, negation with Ying Xing. Okay, well, I guess Ying Xing isn't really that important to their overall strategy anyways. Oh, wow. Jet Synchron back onto the field. Ooh, Cupid Pitch, so original. Wonder what this could possibly be. Oh, wow, Borreload. Never seen that card before. Borreload activates. Well, before I can negate anything, I'm going to tribute off my Alpha. Special summon another Delta onto the field. They're going to do their bullshit. Do that. Oh, wow, Nemesis Corridor. I wonder what that card does. I wonder what fusion monster that card goes into. Well, surprise, if you didn't know, it's Colossus. Then they're going to activate Vete Anaconda. 2,000 life points down. Now they're going to special summon DPE onto the field. They're going to attack. Pop, so they can go in for more damage. End their turn. And now I get to use all my cards. So I'm going to use first Dark Ruler. They're going to negate the first Dark Ruler with their trap card by removing or destroying their Ying Xing. However, what they're not aware of is that I also have Called By, so I can negate their Ying Xing monster's effect, whatever it is in the grave. Then I'm going to activate my other Dark Ruler to negate all of their monster's effects on the field. I don't get to deal any damage this turn, any effect or battle damage, but I definitely get to deal all the emotional damage that I could possibly wish on this player. Goodbye. And then of course I want to get rid of the Fateful Adventure. It's more important to pop that card since I can just, you know, face roll over the DPE with my Berserkion. And once DPE comes back onto the field, I don't really have to care that much because Berserkion's effect activates in the grave once he's destroyed by battle or by card effect. Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards. Rite of Adamus here, another token on the field. They're going to try to pop, or I mean, they do pop money. Berserkion, I get a special summon 3 Magnet Warriors from the banished zone back onto the field. I'm going to activate Alpha first and then Beta so I can grab another Berserkion, and then in case the Beta doesn't get negated, I can grab another Alpha. Then I'm going to tribute off my Gamma. I'm going to go into Epsilon. Now Epsilon is going to mill a different card, and then I'm going to actually special summon my Gamma, or actually no, I'm going to special summon my Berserkion. Then I'm going to tribute off my Beta, go into Delta. Delta is going to mill another card into the grave. Then my opponent is going to attack the Delta. Delta's going to activate in the grave. Banish 3 Magnet Warriors, special summon the Valkyrion from the deck. End of my opponent's turn, going to tribute Alpha, grab another Epsilon just so I can get more Magnet Warriors into the grave and onto the field. I get Foolish Burial, gonna mill another monster. This time I choose Sentry Soldier of Stone, since I can actually use its effect, since I only have rock monsters on the field. They pop my Berserkion. I can't special summon any of my Magnet Warriors since I didn't have enough space. However, I'm gonna go into Abyss Dweller so I can deactivate their graveyard after I destroy their DPE with my Valkyrion. And this salty Scrub Lord surrendered. And success, emotional victory, and, well, didn't get to Duel level 20.
Disappointed!
It was unfortunate, but definitely a satisfying learning experience for myself throughout this process, and I can't wait to play with Epsilon even more in the future. I've added a few more cards. I'm going to show you the new deck list that I'm working on right now. Let's see, I believe I can find it here. Yes, new magnets. So this is the current deck list that I'm currently playing with. As you can see, I removed all of my Maxx's. I felt that, you know, Maxx, it's an amazing card. It's really difficult not to play Maxx because of how awesome the effect of Maxx is and how it works. However, I really wanted to sort of step away from the dependency on that card and try to figure out a way in order to be effective, if not more, as effective, or if not more effective, without running that card. Also, due to running into so many flow decks, I felt that it might be actually more beneficial to run Lancias instead of Maxx, because, you know, normal summons aren't going to give you any sort of benefit while you're throwing Maxx into your grave. So I decided to switch them out for Artifact Lancias. And then while I was at it, I was like, maybe I'll just get rid of one Magnetic Field and one of my Dark Ruler No Mores to grab a Forbidden Droplet. And to grab one more Forbidden Droplet. I think I also removed a Called by the Grave and 2 of my Deltas so that I could actually streamline the deck into 40 cards, so I wouldn't have to be running 45. The search effects of these cards are very, very powerful. I mean, honestly, I barely felt the additional cards when I was running 45 during Duelist Cup. However, I really wanted to be able to use Adamancipator Researcher to affect more efficiently by being able to find my Magnet Warriors a lot faster without having to be worried about running to too many spell cards. That said, though, I want to say thank you for watching. In case you have any thoughts or comments, please let me know down in the comment section. Like I said in the beginning, I wanted to develop this channel, and overall, I just really enjoy conversing about my rock collection. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.